He never acquired any possessions for himself. It was related by Aisha radiallahu anha, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She said, verily when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, he left no dinaran, no dirham. It means he left no dollar, he left no pound, he left no currency, he left no money. The only thing that he left was a white mule that he used to ride on, a coat of armor that he used to wear, a cloth that he used to cover himself with, and a bowl that he used to eat from. And he said, give this to the Ibn Sabir, give this to a wayfarer. So the Prophet ﷺ, he did not die owning property to be distributed to his family and his relatives, because he said, verily a prophet has no inheritance. Subhanallah. And when the Prophet ﷺ was on his deathbed, he was dying. He was in the house of Aisha radiallahu anha, and he would pass out and come back to consciousness. And he would pass out and come back to consciousness. And on one occasion, he came back to consciousness and he asked Aisha, oh Aisha, is there anything in our house of value? She said, Ya Rasulullah, I have a few dinarans or dirhams. I have a few dollars. I have a few pounds. I have a few coins. The Prophet ﷺ said, give them away. She was silent and he passed out. He passed out. He went unconscious again. And Aisha, a mother, a wife of the Prophet ﷺ, a mother of the believers, a woman, she thought like a woman. Maybe I should hold that money. It's just a small amount of money. If something happens, I will have something. And when the Prophet ﷺ became conscious again, the first thing he said, oh Aisha, what did you do with that money? She said, Ya Rasulullah, wallahi, I was holding it because I was afraid if something should happen. He said, oh Aisha, what will Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do? What will he do if he dies and he leaves this world, leaving some property? So, oh Aisha, give it away, please, give it. Yet he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best of you is those who are best to his family, to his wife. And I am the best of you to his family. Evidently, he didn't mean the best of you is he who leaves the most money to them, because he didn't leave anything. He left it upon the Muslims to take care of their mothers, because his wives, they were the mothers of the believers. Yet he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best of you is those who are best to his family, to his wife. And I am the best of you to his family. Evidently, he didn't mean the best of you is he who leaves the most money to them, because he didn't leave anything. He left it upon the Muslims to take care of their mothers, because his wives, they were the mothers of the believers. And when one of the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to Abu Bakr and said, Ya Abu Bakr, you should give to us an allowance from the Bayt al-Mal. The Prophet ﷺ had passed away and we are his wives. You should give to us an allowance. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, no, you have no right to any allowance from the Bayt al-Mal. This is the money of the Muslims. But you are our mothers and we will take care of our mothers. O Muslims, O non-Muslims, think about this kind of man. Have you heard of such a man? Have you ever seen such a man? Have you read about such a man? Never. He never abused his family. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. All of those, Zayd ibn Harith radiallahu anhu, all of those who served the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who served him, they said in his entire life, he never said to us, oof. When we did something, he never said, oof. No, he always was gentle, and he was always generous. And when someone asked him for something, he gave everything to them, never caring about himself. That one time, his daughter, Fatima, she was washing her clothes and washing around her house so that her hands became blistered. And Ali, who was her husband, said, "Oh Fatima, why don't you go to the Prophet ﷺ, go to your father and ask him to give you a servant to help you around the house?" And Fatima, she didn't want to go, but because Ali told her, "Oh Fatima, go ask your father for a servant." So Fatima, she went to the Prophet ﷺ. And when she said, "Ya Rasulullah, Ali, he asked me to ask you, can you give me a servant in my house?" So the Prophet ﷺ said to his daughter, "Oh Fatima, can I tell you something which would be better for you than a servant? Say Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim." And she cried. And she left. Because she understood that she should never have asked him. Because he didn't have any servants. And he was more deserving of a servant than her. He told her, say Subhanallah, say glory be to Allah, glory be to Allah, and the praise is for him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim. And she said it and she left. This was a man in this world, but always thinking about the hereafter, because Allah said to him the ayah, "Al-akhiratu khayrun wa abqa." The akhirah is better for you and for everyone else than what is present.